And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
If I remember correctly, you guys had just reached the exterior walls of a shrine that good old Orvex had led you to, because he heard from the Red Wizards that he'd been working with that that is where they were headed, or that is one of the places they were considering going to. And then you reached the exterior of it, and you saw these two statues covered in vines that depicted like a leopard with snakes coming out of its shoulders. And there was an inscription, but I don't know if you'd actually read it yet. And then, as the mighty Caesar hopped over the very heavy stone doors with an incredible thud on the other side, a remarkably similar creature emerged around the side of this shrine, like a leopard with snakes coming out of its shoulders.
Oh yeah.
That does
Oh
ring a bell.
yeah. We were in the middle of the
1v1-ing.
start of a fight.
And that is when we're going to transition to this map. And that is also when everybody needs to roll initiative, because shit's about to get real.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
We need. There are tokens.
Look at this.
Click on the thing.
Yeah,
Click on the thing and then click on the thing.
I should call myself Scramble rather than Eddie
So-
V, but nonetheless, I'll take that 21. I'm not sure what I'm gonna fucking do with it though. On the wrong side of a goddamn wall.
I've done this again.
Good
That is a
old
funky looking
9.
token.
That was truly a terrible roll, Fleeb. Jesus Christ. You've
Even
got
with
the whole
your-
like spell and like tight feet for this, and you're still like, what?
I mean, that feat is why you have an 8 instead of like a 3.
Yes, it's a good point.
Okay, sweet. So the first to react, ever agile in combat as opposed to real life, is Scramble.
So ready for combat. I run away. No.
You've just seen your stocky friend hop over the stone gates, and
He just hopped over the wall, landed with a thud. Has he screamed or anything, or am I just like waiting for something to happen?
how did you react, Caesar?
Yeah.
Have I seen it? Or
Yes,
is it
you-
prowling?
No, you definitely saw it because it sort of like growled at you from the left. Can you see on the map where, like, you know, you would have had a pretty... It's quite big.
It's quite big.
It's
How
it's-
how big is
it's-
it compared
it's-
to a stocky dwarf?
It is probably double your height, I would say.
Hmm. What Caesar would be doing right now is trying to be as quiet and as still as possible,
Oh,
like
they just got-
statue-like.
I was like,
So
Caesar,
there are
Caesar, what's going on,
Wait.
mate? What's going
there are
on?
no noises coming
What's
out of me.
happened? You were supposed to
going
tell us
on?
what you saw. I think he must have been like hit by another magic trap. Let's bash in.
Are you alright, man? If we like bring loads of attention to you or us, is that gonna help?
Leave, make me a spider as well. I'll go check on him.
Polymorph.
So
Caesar does
we'll-
not react to any noise.
We'll get to how your actual like playing dead routine works, but
Yeah.
given that information, Scramble, what would you like to do?
Given that he's jumped over, nothing's
Said nothing.
happened, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna start trying to scale the wall. I don't think I'm very good at climbing, but I'm gonna try and do it anyway. I'm gonna try and just because I haven't worked out any other way in.
Okay, give me.
There was no lock on the door, was there?
No, there
there
were
was
just
no like
very
obvious.
heavy stone doors.
Yeah. Okay, then I will.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Oh,
And
dear,
we'll see
this is-
how this quick
is a
hop over the
mistake.
wall. Oh wow.
Well,
Okay.
it was an average roll.
So you sort of managed to climb up the fairly low, admittedly, like 5-6 feet high stone
Ah.
doors. But then when you get to the top, you manage to slide slowly, pathetically down to the other side. Sorry,
But
to
did
the same side that you climbed up on.
So, yeah, I don't get over the top. I don't get over the
No,
wall. I
you
just
almost
get up
do.
and then slide back down. I like
Yeah.
just. Do I get a moment of seeing stuff from the top of the wall?
Yes, you definitely do. You see snakes, spots, and a stone still Caesar.
All right. I turn to the rest of the group. He's dead.
Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be like, hey, well, throw me over. Help me get over.
Oh, yeah, I can help you. I'm happy to help boost you over. Yeah.
Okay, we'll say with the rest of your
Try like a
turn,
needle, like a stepping
Scramble
stool.
Scramble takes the help action, which will then give Jax advantage when he tries to do that. But for the moment, let's move
love
on
to
because
do
I
that.
think that's the end
Yeah,
of your
no,
turn.
that's all I can do. But if I can give him the help action, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
You definitely do.
Sweet.
Next up is the Kamadan, and you see
All spoilers.
what's it gonna do. Okay, so in order for me to decide what it's gonna do, I would like Caesar to make a performance check to see whether how accurately you can be a stone statue.
Given he just thudded down from the top of the wall.
Yeah, but
Much like a statue would thud.
Yeah, exactly. From the sky.
Okay, so that's a 16. This thing, I'm gonna say, let's see if its intelligence check can beat it. Okay, so with a 7, it thinks that you might be a statue, but it's gonna come up to investigate more closely, and it's right up in your grill, like sniffing you, and looks kind of confused, and it's got this weird look on its face, like, what? And even all the separate snake faces are kind of cocking their head to the right, going, what's going on?
Didn't know
And-
statues could sweat this much.
I was going to say, there's a bead of sweat is going down my face.
They're really, really fleshy.
And
It's got a ladder with him.
It is gonna hold its action until it figures out what's going on, because at the moment it has no idea.
But it's right up in your grill. Perfect time to bop
Got
it, Caesar.
it.
So next up is
Punch in the face.
just like when you get attacked by a shark underwater. Cool. So Orvex is going to say, I'm happy to translate that inscription for you. Is everything okay? What did you see again? He's dead? How did he die?
He's
Scrummel?
not dead yet, but he's basically dead. Jax, get a look. You'll see what I mean.
Well, let me have a quick look here. I'm pretty sure those he just goes casually up to the inscriptions behind the ivy, not really knowing that anything is going on. And he
Gets out a crayon. Has a good scratching.
Yeah, he does like a little what's that called? A rubbing. And then he says, okay, so underneath these inscriptions of like a big leopard with snakes on its shoulders, it says, Shigambi teaches us to fight evil with honor. And then there's some pictures of Omuan warriors being trained and overseen by a big leopard creature, like as their general, and it's kind of a bit confusing. And he says, yeah,
Alright.
so that's basically what's going on.
Fight evil with honor. Hey, Caesar, you hear that? Fight it with honor.
Oh, so he's fighting at the moment. And
No,
he's-
no, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
No,
gonna
he'll be.
I'm going to take a step back because this sounds sketchy, but I'll be right here if you need me. Orvex says. And then that is...
All right, man, you've been really. All right, Jax, up you go.
Okay.
Actually, it's Caesar's turn now.
Oh, well, okay. All right, Jax, get ready to go up.
So this what was it? An Uradan. Did you say Uradan?
Kamadan.
Kamadan.
Come done.
Kamadan dragon.
Dan,
Oh, no.
Dan,
Yeah,
Dan,
yeah.
from memory, I'm missing a level 2 spell slot. I can't remember if I cast magic armor on you before we
was-
fought the snake, before we didn't fight the frog, or whether that was on myself.
I didn't keep track of that. Anywhere.
Well, one
And
of us
it's been
has
3
it.
Weeks.
Yeah, let's go with the fact it was probably me because that makes more sense. So,
Yep.
Cool, that's fine. Sorry, just wanted to check that.
So this Kamadan is up in my grill sniffing me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Give
With
him a little
honor.
kiss. Give him a
Fight it with honor.
I'm not gonna fire a ball. I'm gonna just smack it.
Oh, you idiot.
little smooch on the nose.
Yes, I'm just gonna do an unarmed attack on it.
Ooh, okay. Go for
Is it surprised?
I'm gonna say
I could have whispered that to you.
I'm gonna say yes. So you can roll with advantage.
No.
Don't cost that action. Oh, no, I don't want to waste that action on that.
Okay,
Roll
with a
advantage.
15, you hit
And-
for actually you rolled
Yeah.
twice, but you hit anyway for 6 bludgeoning damage.
You
And you
roll for that
see
crit, though.
you basically punch this thing straight in the nose, and it looks incredibly surprised and leaps like 3 feet in the air before snarling at you. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I would like to tavern brawler grapple it. So when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon on your turn, you can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna wrestle the shit out of it.
Okay.
So what was the?
It's like twice your size.
I know. So is it a strength check?
It's an opposed athletics check, so you make an athletics check and then he does. Okay. With a 10. This thing does a 7. So
Yes.
you successfully managed to wrap your limbs around like 2 of its legs, making it like, because you can't quite reach higher than that. And then you've managed to sort of prevent it from moving because it's sort of like flailing around with its other 2 legs now. So you've got it in like a wrestler's pin, let's say.
Hey boys, I've got this big kitty pinned. Come help!
What, you're not dead?
No, help me!
Okay, sweet.
I'm
So that,
coming, Chubby.
Alright, Jack's up you go. I'll give you a boost.
next up
Okay.
is Jax.
I'm gonna do. So I just turned to the nerd who's with us.
Mhm.
And I'm like, nerd, what did
Wait,
you say? You said
Fleeble.
honor the commandant or something? Whatever. And I do like I kick off of. It's only how high is the wall up? Do you say?
5-6 feet, was it?
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
not
It's about 6 feet high.
Okay, yeah. So I do a cool kick off of Scrammle's hands and jump up to the wall.
Give you a
off,
little
off,
boost.
off of Fleeb's face.
I'd like kneel down like in the like
Oh,
give
yeah,
you
yeah.
a boost
No,
position. You like just like jump on me and I give you a little bounce.
No, I run up your hands as the first step. Fleeb's unexpecting shoulder is the next, and then I'm just stood on top of the wall.
Okay, so you roll athletics twice because Scrammle's giving you advantage by like giving you his knee to jump off of and stuff.
Give you a boost.
Ooh,
18.
18. Yeah, you managed to
Yeah, that advantage.
bound over the wall with elegant grace and land on the other side of Caesar, like face to face with this
So
sort
yeah,
of
I'm
wrestling
gonna take
scene.
I'm gonna take the dodge action and enter its square, its space,
Okay.
and just be like in the middle of it and just be like, "Cat, teach us honor," or whatever it is you do. I'm like dancing around, shouting for its attention, like talking to it, expecting it to do some kind of like magic education. Well,
Okay.
maybe not. I mean, I know that I'm going up against the monster, but maybe there's some special thing it does.
There's I'm imagining it's like Tom and Jerry when they fight each other, and there's that big cloud of dust with just arms and feet coming out of it.
Yeah. I'm just
Sweet.
running around under its feet and dodging its
Except this is mainly snakes.
I stand up, brush myself off, and be like, "Well, now they're both dead."
Next up is Professor Fleet.
How
wait, I'm
thick
also going to give Caesar's going to be inspired by my show of coolness. And like I'm
Nice.
flying over the wall.
Yes.
Maybe I should have talked to it first before punching it.
What kind of dice does Caesar get?
Let me press the button for
A
it,
big
and it'll go in
dice.
chat. There you go. Caesar, you've got that bardic inspiration die.
Let me.
A D8. Very nice.
It doesn't. Does it say? Oh, it's a.
It's 3d8 per short rest, right at the top.
Oh, okay. One of those D8. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So you can add it to attack rolls, AC, stuff like that. Weapon damage, even.
Cool.
Cool. Next up is Fleeb.
how thick do I think this door is?
I would say
Thick AF.
about a foot thick.
Cool. Can I then cast? I'm actually going to use a fucking cantrip. I'm going to cast Mold Earth, and effectively just dig a 5-foot hole underneath it. So instead of trying to climb over the top of it, I can go underneath it.
Nice. Okay. So can you? What are the words of Mold Earth?
The mods of Mold Earth are as such. If I just hang on, how can I? Plop.
Press the, yeah, there you go.
Okay. So are you going to go a portion of dirt or stone that fits within a 5-foot cube, and you're going to use that to
So,
get a tunnel under it?
Yeah, effectively, I'm taking a 5-foot cube under the door and just putting it to one side.
Nice. Cool. You've got a tunnel about. It's about 1.5 feet in diameter, so it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but you could get through.
Nice.
Cool.
That's
yeah,
that.
you just
That's a, like I look at Orvex like, do you know what this is?
He says a hole, a tunnel. Am I close?
No, the cat with the snakes. Like, I haven't
Oh.
done the check myself, but
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a Kamadan.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
and-
quick
and-
question,
and
what's
anything
a
that's
Canada?
useful to know. Anything that's useful to know right now beyond its name.
Oh,
Yeah, look,
okay.
it's like a big leopard with snakes.
He's gonna do a little check here. Wow, with the 20, he's like, well, because it is widely, what's the word, suspected that the trickster god Shigambi takes the form of a Kamadan, I actually know quite a little bit about it. It can put its enemies to sleep. It is quite fast, very sort of strong and dexterous, and it's very protective of its young. And they usually come in mated pairs. Yes, that
Now,
is all I
until
know
those-
about them.
Until those last 2 points, there was a real chance that I was a
yeah.
Kamadan there.
Mated pairs.
Yeah, loves kids, mated pairs. Nah, the rest of it though, spot on.
Put yourself to sleep with food.
Mate, I don't have access to the spell sleep. Shit. I
Do
could
we
have
hear
access
him?
to the spell sleep.
Do we hear him
Okay.
telling us about this thing? Saying about this thing over the wall, just like it usually comes in mated pairs, and we're like,
Actually, no.
look
It would
around.
just be Fleeb because Orvex is probably whispering so as not to draw attention to himself.
I'm next to them. Can I?
Oh yeah,
have this
you would
as
hear.
well?
You would hear, just not Caesar and Jax on the other side.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
That was my turn. I've done my suitable actions.
Okay,
Hey guys,
awesome.
they're basically me, except like kids or something.
It's Scrammle's turn.
Oh, Scrabble's turn. Oh, nice 5 foot hole. Let me get involved, I suppose. I squeeze down the hole, and, climb up the other side, and survey the scene in front of me.
What you see is basically a clusterfuck. It's just Caesar wrestling a huge leopard with snakes on its shoulders, and Jax sort of dancing around them, going, "Teach me, inspire me."
"Show me your ways."
That's what you see.
I'm like under its legs as well, just dodging snakes and snakes just biting at my armor.
You guys, what the? Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use color spray to try and blind it. Is what color spray does. Ooh,
Go for it.
Oh, I have to cast it, do I now? I'm casting it at regular ass level, my man. Oh wow! What a low roll. Well, if it has less than 14 health currently, or 14 or less
okay,
health,
yeah.
equal to or less than 14 health,
Okay, so
it's blinded. Otherwise, I did shit all.
So basically, you shined some colored lights at the creature, and it just continued
I
to be
like-
grappled by Caesar.
Splash some like brightly colored dust in its face, and it just like doesn't give a shit.
Basically,
Nice
yeah.
light show for the wrestling match, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here, guys. That didn't
And
work.
you do a little firework. I'm like, cool prestidigitation entrance.
Thanks, man. That's exactly what it was. Glad you guys
Caesar-
aren't dead. Unfortunately, I'm out of action economy now.
Caesar feels as though, there's a bit of pomp and circumstance for his wrestling match with this beast, and is kind of pleased about that, I imagine. Cool.
Definitely.
Okay, so next up is the Kamadan, and as the Kamadan wrestles with Caesar, a second Kamadan appears around the other side.
Oh yeah, that was one of the other things that what's his face nerd
Tag
told us.
team match!
They come in pairs apparently.
I don't think they go to tag in and out.
Ah, that's cheating. Make it a ladder. Let's make it a ladder match.
Okay, so it is going to unleash a wave of blue gas out of its mouth, and you all start to feel a little drowsy. So Jax and Caesar and Scramble need to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Let me come and do that.
Is this some form of sleep? Because of my Fey ancestry, magic can't put me to sleep.
Yes, you immediately resist the effect.
Yeah, I'll just so that's
where
what
is
I've written
it?
there.
What the fuck am I?
So one more person needs
Human.
to do it. Okay, so basically what happens is Caesar manages to resist the effect mid-wrestle. Scramble seems what's the word? unaware of why everyone looks drowsy.
Unfazed.
Yeah, unfazed. And
Oh, guys, this is a fight. This is
Jax,
interesting.
completely opening himself to the wisdom of the universe, just falls asleep underneath this thing's feet.
Oh no.
And also
Does it make the other one fall asleep as well?
I'm just about to check. No, the other one resists the effect.
Okay, it could though.
It could. It very well
it
could.
They
Ah.
are capable of putting each other to sleep.
So we're going to do another contested athletics check as the Kamadan tries to free itself from Caesar's clutches. So you got to beat a 13.
I love that. I was like, teach me your mystic ways, and then I just slowly lie down and curl up in a ball and fall asleep.
Okay, Caesar barely manages to hold on to its legs.
Oh,
And
this is
just
a wriggly one.
exactly, you feel in the throes of wrestling.
My palms
right
are sweaty. My palms are sweaty. That's why.
Exactly.
Knees weak.
Arms
Yeah,
are
my knees
heavy.
are weak.
Yes, sweet. So next up is Orvex's turn. Now Orvex is gonna make a charisma check. Oh yeah, with a 22, he's like, okay, well, the only person that really hears this is Flea, but he says, well, I've thrown my lot in with you all, so I better try and help? ? So he basically goes through the tunnel and pops up next to Scramble, and then immediately looks around and says, this was a mistake, this was a mistake. And he is going to try to and hit this creature here who's currently wrestling Caesar. Because he's engaged with one of his allies, he's going to try and sneak attack him with his short sword.
Oh, a man after my own heart.
Ooh, but unfortunately he misses but therefore his sneak attack isn't wasted because he gets to attack again. Ooh, this time he hits, and he's going to do 6 piercing damage plus 2d6. So roll 2d6. Oh, wow. 8 plus 6 makes it 7, 6. What? Why can't I do that? 14.
14.
Okay, so he does massive 14 piercing damage as he just basically like stabs this thing while it's down. And he goes, okay, protect me. I'm going to move away now. And he's going to sort of try to move back to the hole and look like he's about to jump back into the hole, but he hasn't decided yet.
I can tell you have approximately 4 levels in Rogue.
He says, what are you talking about? And now it's Caesar's turn.
Well, let me show you how it's done on my turn.
If I hit it, it breaks grapple, doesn't it? Can I elbow it in the face?
No, you can.
That's a good question. Let me just double check.
I don't think so.
Blinded, blah, 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 blah. Grappled. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. If the effect removes the grappled creature from the reach. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It depends, I suppose, what kind of attack you're trying to make. What kind of attack are you trying to do?
An armed strike.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
I
holding
think-
it in one hand and punching
Yeah.
it, right?
I think
Yeah.
because you're a monk and you can do this unarmed, I'll say you can still attack.
Cool. So I shall.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit for 5 bludgeoning damage right in this thing's face. Big
And then
punch.
again.
It's basically, that one misses, but it's basically like when a bully grabs a kid from school around the head and just punches his head. That's pretty much what it looks like.
Oh dear.
Nice. But
And
unfortunately-
because I hit him with a. I know. I'm then going to spend the key point to do another 2 attack.
a flurry of blows, you mean?
Sorry, blows. Yep.
Yep, go for
And
it.
if I hit him,
A 12 misses as you realize that one arm is struggling to contain it, but then the next one hits for
Yep,
5
and then-
bludgeoning damage.
that means I hit with a open hand technique, and I can impose one of.
And I'm just sleeping underneath this.
I'm just going to try and.
Okay, you can make it prone.
I'm going to make it
You
prone.
can push it away from you, or you can make it unable to take reactions.
Yeah, prone, please.
Okay, so
Dex save and throw.
it must succeed on a dexterity saving.
Oh, that's pretty good because it can't move, right? Which means it can't get up from prone as long as you're grappling it.
Ooh, very nice.
So what is the DC? What is your DC?
Oh, it says on D&D Beyond it's 12.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's probably.
Oh wow, yeah. This thing saves as it manages to dance around with its remaining 2 legs, but you definitely got some good hits on it. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. Next up is Jax, who is sleeping. Now, I need to just double check the rules of sleep, but I'm pretty sure someone would need to wake you up.
Teach me.
Teach me.
Yes. Teach me the way.
I crave for the knowledge.
I see the light.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think you're just asleep, so we shall move on. Next up is Professor Fleeb.
So Fleeb scrambles into the hole, pokes his head out, and goes, "Oh fuck! There's 2 of them." And immediately,
Mating pairs, yeah.
indeed, yes. Wow, ooh, blimey, he actually listened. I cast
I do
banishment
that a lot. People are
on
always
the.
surprised.
I cast banishment on the second one.
The one on the right?
Yep,
Cool. And what's that save? Oh, here we go.
that save is 14.
14 for a charisma saving throw. Ooh, I think... Does that mean he makes it? I'm pretty sure that
No
means he
idea.
makes it.
I think equal is pass.
Yeah, that's the
normally.
target number.
Okay, cool. So he manages to blink out of existence briefly, but then blinks back and looks incredibly confused as only a
If I was
leopard
awake, I would
can.
shout about it being a displacer beast, but
That wasn't meant to do.
Something in Scammell's brain is like displacer beast.
That wasn't good. Right. Well, this hole looks pretty good.
Oh, sorry. Let me roll again. That was not the right stat for that creature. That was
Oh, it says
Orvex.
charisma.
Yeah, that was Orvex's stats.
Oh, it does say Orvex though. You can take the 11.
No, that's what I'm saying. Orvex is the wrong creature, but it is a charisma saving throw, right?
Yes.
Is
or
it?
plus 3. What is the?
Is banishment a charisma saving throw? I don't know.
It
Oh,
says,
it says in the
third
text.
line down. Must
Yeah,
succeed on
charisma
charisma saving
saving
Okay.
throw.
Oh,
So
cool.
let me
Yeah.
roll with the correct stats this time.
That's
Okay,
just
he
third line down.
fails.
Yay!
Okay, this creature absolutely
got
just
11 again.
vanishes from existence.
Oh, Fleeb, you genius.
Well, that's bought us a minute. Or 10
Cool.
rounds.
I'm gonna buy Jax a minute.
Is that the end of your turn, Professor?
It is because yes, yeah, that is because I can't knowledge roll as a bonus action or something. That is actually an action, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. It's kind of up to me, really.
I'm trying to remember if I remember any more about these creatures from my studies. Effectively, do they have a weak point? Go for the eyes or something like that, or stuff like that.
Let's find out. Roll a history check. I mean, you did learn quite a bit from Orvex, so we'll see what
Exactly,
else.
yeah.
We'll see what else you learned, just for the hell of it. Okay, with a 19, actually, you remember not only some more stuff about the Kamadan, but you remember that you've been here before. Suddenly, your memory, in the throes of this battle, you suddenly remember that you've come here and you were searching for an item, something that was causing the curse to take place in this area. And you were initially sort of going to try and figure it out because you knew the Red Wizards were after it as well and you wanted to get there first. But you had an altercation with a large T-Rex, and this all comes rushing back to you. And your companion was eaten by this T-Rex, and so you ran away terrified to that cave system and were captured by those dwarves. Well, sorry, those fire newts. And you remember this as you're, about to be eaten by a giant leopard.
This was a very intense 6 seconds.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, welcome back, Fleeb.
In terms of the Kamadan, you know that it can attack, with its claws and also with its snakes. So it can sort of attack in both those ways. It's also very, very good at smelling, and it's very fast. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm also very good at smelling.
Just we don't actually have any way of holding it in place. Oh,
Caesar.
Caesar's currently
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, so,
Around
yeah,
his neck.
yeah. I was meaning a magical means of holding it in place, but yes.
Hey, I am.
Caesar is magical.
Do you want a magical means of holding it in place?
it, it was just an idea. Like that's the only thing that Philippe thinks about. Like if you're gonna do anything, you might as well expend a spell slot.
Like, stop wasting your time grappling that thing and learn a spell to do it.
Yeah, real.
Fucking hands.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that is my turn.
Cool. So it's Scrummle's turn.
I'm gonna try and buy Jex a little bit of time. What I want, Jex is like under this thing's feet, near enough, right?
Sleep. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
wake me
asleep.
up.
Yeah,
Like,
he's sleeping
Oh,
sort of like
is it,
me.
I said it was magical sleep. Can I just shake you awake with that, or can I? Because my plan was to.
Sam said someone has to wake me up. That's all. So presumably you can wake me up.
Oh,
Can you wake me up?
Magic caused the sleep, but the sleep is just regular sleep.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I had like an elaborate plan to like make him invisible and let him sleep it off. But like, if I could just wake him up, I'll just do that instead.
Okay, cool. So you go up to him and shake him awake, and he is
I
awake.
slap him.
Okay. You slap him, and you wake up to the sight of this leopard's underbelly.
And have I just
Wake
had
up,
a
sleepyhead.
let me just do an arbitrary justice roll for how good was my dream, and do I think I learned something profound? Yes, I do.
You feel as though you've been given the vision you were
You've
hoping
taught
for.
me the way of honor, Commandant. And now
Yeah,
we
I know
must
I have, but now we
fight.
gotta kill it. And then I'd like to use my bonus act, my cunning action, to hide if I can.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a stealth check.
Like just jump into some bushes or something. Oh dear. Oh,
Okay.
it's still 11 even with nat 1.
Okay, so with a natural one, where were you hoping to hide specifically?
Like just like behind some bushes or something. It looks like there's some shrubbery near, like somewhere around. So I was just hoping there was a bush near us that I could like
it
jump
would be
into.
tricky for you to move through that space because it's occupied
Yeah.
by that creature. So I'll say
I can't see under the creature, so I was hoping there was something near. That was all.
you probably try to hide behind this like column, but you misjudge it and stand next to it instead of behind it.
I turned back around and been like, I'm well.
You thought the column was wider than it actually is.
Maybe I am wider than I actually am.
Also possible. Next up is the Kamadan's turn. So I think I can't remember if I think a creature can still attack while it's grappled. It just has no. Its speed is 0 basically.
Yeah,
And it can't.
I think grappling doesn't make you worse at attacking. Restrained does.
Yeah, exactly. So this creature is going to try and bite Caesar. And it rolls a 9, so it manages to bite thin air, and you hear the jaws like snap closed. And then it is going to try, the snakes are going to try and bite you. So that's a 14. Does that hit you?
Yes.
It does? Okay, now you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. That is an awesome Constitution saving
garbage.
throw.
Ah!
I will say, I mean, technically you're supposed to take half, but with a natural 20, I'll say your muscles flex and the venom gets spurted out of the wound holes.
Don't dwarves get resistant to poison
You have
anyway?
such high pressure in your blood. It's
I
like,
think
no,
that-
I can't get in.
I think that would mean that you took half, but let's just make the natural 20 fun in this instance.
You get advantage on saving throws against poison. so-
Yeah, something like that. It'll say in the conditions section of your character sheet. But you still take the piercing damage, which is, for some reason, it didn't show.
And you have resistance against poison damage, yeah.
1d6. Okay, so you take 5 piercing damage from the bite, but the poison just gets fountained out of you like an artery.
Yeah, the poison goes into you, you just tense your
I just
muscles.
sweat it out because I'm so like so sweated up at the moment.
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. That is the end of the Commandant's turn. And next up is going to be Orvex. So Orvex is going to say, oh, okay, so one less. Nice. I'm going to just stab this one quickly. Don't mind me.
I don't get on that it's very temporary.
So he's going to short sword this thing, but he misses. And on the second one, he misses. And he says, Whew, okay, I'm feeling maybe I need to stretch some more. I'm not quite warmed up yet, and he starts just stretching his arms and doing some quad stretches. I'm just gonna hop back a little bit there, and actually, no, I'll disengage, then I'll do it. And then he goes over there, and he says, "So this is going well. Yeah, I'm glad I met you guys. I feel like we're good friends. And does anyone need anything? Tea, coffee? No? Okay.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay. So next up,
I could use a brisk coffee.
he says, "All right, let me just work on that." He's gonna make a survival check. Yeah, he has a cup in his pocket, and he starts taking out some weird like ground beans and starts like pulling out his canteen and making like cold coffee.
Chilton ground coffee.
And we'll see what happens to that. Oh, also, Phlebe, you're concentrating on banishment. So if you get hit, then we need to do like a check just to remind me.
Understood.
What's the big red X on you?
That's to
Steve?
remind me that
It's
he's
dead.
concentrating.
Oh, not that. he's been removed.
Smart.
That's probably better. Okay, so next up is Caesar's turn.
Caesar's going to continue to wail and headbutt and smack this big kitty.
This big what?
Kitty.
Oh, kitty, go for it.
What do you think I said?
I said big T, like T-Rex or
Kitty.
something. Also possible.
Yeah.
With
And I'm
a
strike 1.
12, I believe that misses as you bounce off of its muscular haunches.
Unarmed hit 2.
Yeah, that definitely hits for 9 bludgeoning
Nice.
damage. Wow, that's
Wow.
huge. You basically punch it in the solar plexus and it like gasps.
Take that. Then spending key point to do flurry of blows. 2 more.
Nice. Oh yeah, that definitely hits for another 6 bludgeoning damage.
Again.
Uh,
And
did you just roll the
this
same?
time I'm going to use... Well, I'm going to do open hand technique. You know inspirational God that Jex gave me?
Yeah.
Can that affect other people's die rolls?
No,
I
it's you.
don't think
You
so.
get to use it. Basically on one of those ways. It
You
can
have
if I
been
give them. If I
inspired.
give them the inspiration, it can.
Right. Well, I'm going to do open hand technique to make it, or try and make it prone again on a DC12.
Gotcha. So he needs to make a
Dex.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you mean like making your DC harder?
Yeah, but
No, it can. Basically, if you make a D20 roll, you can improve it. If you want to do damage, you can improve it, and as a reaction, you can do your AC when you
Yeah.
get attacked.
So you are going to
cost
do
you
that open hand technique. So he needs to make a dex saving throw now.
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, by default, most bards just get the D20 effect, not the other two.
Okay. So you
Get in.
definitely managed to pull this creature to the ground and grapple him on the ground. So he's prone now.
I could just holding this cat and just
Am
patting
I riding
until
it?
it lies
Am I
down.
riding this cat?
I'd say you're on top of it, yeah. So you've taken on a stronger position, and you're basically like this meaty dwarf is just using pure muscle to overcome this enormous like leopard snake.
Good kitty.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Shush, 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 kitty.
And it's starting to look quite bedraggled and tired. Like it looks not good at this point.
I don't think there's anything else.
Cool. Next up is
That's
Jex.
Okay, if it's really in that bad a state, I don't know if it's worth trying to just like socially dominate this thing.
What?
As
I
in,
woke you up for social dominance?
snub it at a tea party?
Yeah, I mean, I've just had an epiphany with this thing, so I'm gonna go around to its front, like grab its chin, point it into my eyes, and just be like, "Behave!" and try and just cow it and make it
Okay.
like submit.
Okay, so give me an intimidation check.
Okay. Spell.
Okay. Okay, so
Big
this thing is gonna do an insight check. Okay, so
Yeah.
So it
Don't
seems
hand me
that
any of your shit.
What do you? No, this isn't resisting, guys. That crit is like, hey, I see you've learned our ways from the sleep.
well, that's what Jex thinks, but in reality, the creature just sort of growls at you, and then each one of the snakes hisses at you in a different pitch, so it sounds like the tune to Funky Town.
Okay, can I stab it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I was like, fine, have it your way. I'm gonna walk to the other side of it now because I can go through its space.
Oh yeah, because you're a little creature. Go for it.
Yeah, because I'm a little guy. So now we're flanking it.
Nice.
Stab, 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
Isn't it prone anyway?
Yeah, so
11.
you'd get advantage
Oh
anyway.
yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so wow, this thing looks to be very messed up at this point.
And I'm gonna stab it again.
Nice. It seems to be like, yeah,
But I'm
writhing
gonna go for a
around.
non-lethal stab. I'm gonna stab it around. I'm gonna slam it with the pommel on the
Okay.
base of the skull.
Yeah, you hit. Roll damage. Okay, yeah. With
Another
this, it falls unconscious. So describe how you want that to happen.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I just roll under it. I'm just like, I have learned your ways. Now submit, and I smack it round the head with the pommel of this sword.
And then it just
And it
falls
just
unconscious
passes
on the
out.
ground.
Just slowly slumps over in. Well, it's being held upright only by Caesar now.
And then Orvex walks across to Caesar and grabs his arm by the wrist and holds it up in the air as if he's just won a boxing match or something.
Ding 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 ding.
Nice.
Well done. I was anxious. Where's the other one, by the way? Oh, but good work, everyone.
Oh, he's gonna be
Sorry.
in the next
About
40
where I'm
seconds.
standing. Oh shit.
So perhaps
Alright,
we
guys.
should go inside then?
No, let's.
Uh,
I get. Oh, fine.
Yeah, what can we see? What's up these steps?
You see a tunnel.
I was like, aren't we gonna just beat it up when it comes back in?
Yeah, this. I don't like the idea of us doing whatever's in there and then coming out and it's still here.
It said fight evil with honor, or it taught them to fight evil with honor. What was it?
Oh
Something about evil
yeah.
and honor, isn't it? Which
Maybe
implies
banishing it
it's-
isn't honourable.
Implies it's not evil though, and so us not killing it is honorable.
Unless it knows we're running away from it.
Well, that's quite honorable as well.
You've got about 15 seconds.
What are we doing? Fighting or going?
Go.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, we've left. We've
I
gone.
do a complicated hand gesture and say, go, 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 and take up the. I look like I'm about to take up the rear, but just before anyone else gets in, I dash in ahead of them.
Realizing that I'm going to be left alone in the hole, I quickly scrabble out of the hole.
Gotcha. Okay, so everyone goes inside.
Orvex, how's that coffee coming?
He hands it to you and says, "Oh yes, I made it just here. It's cold brew because obviously it came from my pocket, but it should still be nice."
I'm gonna prestidigitate it warm because that's what I get as a whatever kind of halfling I am. I get to make good coffee out of it.
Wow, you get prestidigitation just by being a halfling?
The mark of hospitality halfling. Yes.
Oh, nice, nice.
I got prestidigitation just as a cantrip, I think. Yeah, because I get it for having various cantrips.
Yeah, I mean, I took
Nice.
other cantrips in my class, but that one gave me that.
Okay, so let me just read out to you what this area is from my notes. But you've got two different. Oh wow, Caesar's got two different bars, like a blue bar and a health bar. I'm just wondering what it is.
One of them.
I can't see.
My key points. I have 7 key points.
Oh, it's your key points. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so let me just get my notes. Where am I? Okay, so you walk down these steps that descend into a 15-foot high moss-covered room. Along the walls, you see 4 statues of Omuan warriors. Orvex informs you that they're Omuan. They just look like warriors to you. And they stand, in alcoves on either side of the room, overlooking a barred gladiatorial pit in the floor. Each statue looks like it was meant to hold a spear, but its weapon is missing. On the far side of the chamber, a stone pedestal stands conspicuously bare. A relief on the wall behind it shows a monstrous jaguar with 6 snakes, kind of similar to the one you just faced, protruding from its shoulders. And it seems to be fighting off a squat, frog-like humanoid armed with a spear. To the left of the relief is a tunnel with stairs that lead down. What would you guys like to do?
The
Drink
tunnel
the coffee.
that we just came through, is it small enough or big enough for the leopard things to come down and chase us? Or
No, it is too narrow.
I sigh with relief.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to have a little look at the You say the statues on either side look like were meant to be holding spears, but don't have spears anymore.
That is correct.
I'd like to see if that's something that was inbuilt to the statue, or if there was a physical spear that was slotted in there.
Okay, move your character over to the one that you want to examine, and then give me
I'll
an
just do the one. Yeah.
investigation check, please.
Investigation. I'm all right at that. I'm very all right at that.
Okay. Well, the 23, yeah, they look kind of very disciplined. They're standing very rigidly with obviously some sort of military training, perhaps. And it's like an action figure from when you were a kid. The fist seems to have like a circular hole in it, as though it was holding something. And that's the only indication, aside from the fact that it's also got like other leather armor that make it look like a warrior.
Yeah, it's not stone that's been snapped from it. It's some object that it was, presumably a spear that it was actually holding, like a literal spear, not made of stone.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah, cool. Okay. And all four of them look like they've got the same shape. I'm not looking at all of them individually, but they're all four of them in the same position where they don't have a spear. Where I'm standing.
They all appear to have that same gesture and that same like hole in their hand.
Fair enough.
In their fist, I should say.
Let's just try putting like some other items in.
I mean, I was just thinking that this place was picked bones. We were told this city's been looted so many times over, and I expect eventually someone was like, "Hey, these spears will sell for something."
Yeah, but I mean, we can just put like some javelins in there.
There's stairs down there. I mean, we've not explored everything. We could put javelins in there.
Go to the other one that Scramble isn't looking at, and like try and figure out what the mechanism is. They're made out of stone, right?
Yes, they are.
Stone cunning.
Okay, so you would
I'll do a history check on them
to determine how old they are.
Just like basically like figure out what's going on with these statues.
If there's any mechanism
if we
on them.
do put something in it, what would Caesar expect to happen?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, in that case, you can make a history check with advantage. Okay.
Solid.
If I use inspiration on it now, what do I add? D8.
D8, yeah. Okay, so with the 12. You get the sense that there doesn't appear to be a mechanism inside the statue's hands, like a physical mechanism that would activate in any way. So you conclude that you're not sure what would happen if you were to put a spear in there, but it doesn't seem to be a physical mechanism.
Seems pretty magical to me, this room. No other explanation for it.
There's a mild echo across the stone walls. Magical, this room.
See, told you.
You see Orvex walks along the side and sort of goes up to the pedestal and then goes up to the relief, and he says, interesting. This seems to be, I don't know, kind of familiar. Didn't I tell you guys a story about this just earlier on?
Who knows?
You told lots of stories recently.
Yeah,
I
I
listened to you all the time, nerd, but like, what?
I mean, I just fell asleep, and it feels like I've been asleep for like a month.
Yeah, I remember. So this creature, the Kamadan, is like the avatar of the god Shigambi, and she fashioned, I think, a holy spear, but then she left it by the riverbank, and a crafty grung stole it, and then Shigambi forgot all about the Omuans and chased this grung forever across the sky. It's sort of the Omuan culture's like sun rising and setting kind of legend. It's very interesting and great to see this original here.
Well, if a god couldn't catch the spear stealing thing, then how come we?
Oh, well, I mean, we haven't seen everything. Let's not give up hope yet.
All right. You suggested that these statues never had spears, and they were just they're made like this to symbolize the spear getting nicked.
Oh, that's a very good point. I hadn't thought about that, actually.
No, but
art historian Scramble coming out.
These are to get the cubes. They're all trials.
What cubes?
There's puzzle boxes.
they're called dice, dude.
I'm gonna go down the stairs quietly, just
Okay.
in case.
You go down the stairs quietly. Give me a stealth check.
I shall. Boom.
Okay, yeah, with a 25, you're moving very stealthily. You see a couple of cobwebs in the corridor, but nothing of note around that immediate bend. Do you continue further?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What did the rest of you guys do?
We're following Scramble, but I was interested in what was actually in this centre bit.
I mean, I'll come find you if anything interesting happens.
Sorry, can you ping the center bit again, please?
It is it.
Okay, so that is the pedestal. It's a 4-foot high stone cylinder that seems to be very well constructed. It seems to have a stone hatch on top of it. Like, it's very hard to see. Like, the seam is barely there, but it looks to have some sort of hatch.
Lift the hat. See what's inside.
Okay, make a, what would this be, strength check?
I saw front here somewhere.
Okay, so with a 22, you manage to pull as hard as you can, and you feel like a little give to the mechanism, but it doesn't seem to open, and then gas starts to spew out of the relief immediately behind you. So Orvex and Caesar and Phlebe need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's one of my bad stats.
Okay, 13 passes, 7 fails. And Orvex will go now. Where's Orvex? Here he is.
Oh,
Constitution.
sleepy time.
Okay, he also fails. So that is going to be, just give me 1 second to find the sheet. Okay, so that's going to be, whoa, that's a lot of poison damage. Okay, so there's 19 poison damage as you choke the life out of you, just writhing on the ground.
Oh!
And you see Orvex.
I am down to 7.
Did you have your shield up today already?
I do have my shield up. I don't know how that works with poison damage, if I'm honest.
I think you took any damage, but have a look.
It can take any damage, but I think for I wasn't ready for it, so I haven't.
I thought your one isn't a reaction.
I want to lose the health points.
Okay.
All right. I know I shouldn't, but the game-wise, I feel that I wasn't ready for it.
Is your max 26, Paul?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So Caesar.
That's another reason why I've got the type of wizard I've gone down effectively buffs my AC and my health.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't have as many damaging abilities as I normally do. I get weird sort of temporal stuff, and it's like banishment, for example.
Yeah, that's cool.
So how much poison damage does Caesar take? Because
He only takes
half
9,
anyway, right?
Just 9. Oh, also half of that would be 4.
Yay.
4 poison damage for Caesar.
So while I immediately throw up on the floor.
Yeah. So basically that happens, and Orvex goes, "Okay, I'm almost dead. I need to take a breather here."
Yourself, don't touch anything. Like Scrabble, Scrabble, can you hear me? Come back.
Right. Okay.
I've got a problem.
I'm just sat cross-legged in the corner. Like I was a little drowsy, and I've just been sipping that coffee. And I look up from the coffee, and I see these guys like choking and gasping. And I hold up the mug and say, "Anybody want some?"
Okay. So, what can I remember beyond the fact that I've been here before? Does this gas bring back any memories?
You remember that you've been not necessarily inside this shrine before, but you've been outside it, and you've probably seen those leopard snakes before, and probably avoided them. At some point in this city, you came across a T-Rex who ate your companion, which caused you to, wet your pants and run away because it was terrifying and traumatic. And you came here originally because you were trying to find the magical source of this curse that seems to be affecting the city. You know, you're kind of like the opposite of a red wizard. You're out to help people, not just yourself.
Green.
Does that make sense, Professor?
It does make sense. Yes. Okay. So.
You see.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah.
Or personality change for free.
Well, it's not so much a change as
That
just
is
sort
not-
of like
Yeah.
remembering stuff.
Yeah, he's remembering stuff and just slowly throughout the campaign, my alignment just twists.
Well,
go full KOTOR on this.
But there's also the fact that, I mean, your whole spell class is designed to, you know, take damage away from other people. So it kind of makes sense that you have
Oh no,
this,
it does make sense.
this sort of like, you're grouchy on the outside, but inside you want to look after people in some way.
Inside I want to know what love is.
Okay, right. So
Orvex
don't
sort of goes over to
don't touch anything.
Yeah, Orvex goes over to the corner and says, okay, I'm just going to wait here for a sec. And he sits down and takes a short rest and ignores everyone else.
So did they trigger that? Did you guys poke the statue? Sorry, I missed.
It was a hack.
We
so I tried to lift it.
were trying to lift something. Right.
Right.
Okay. So who here has gone inside weird tombs and old religious relics before? Raise your hand.
Orvex raises his hand and says, yep, definitely.
Right.
I'm not there to raise my hand, so I will not tell you
Shuffles
what
awkwardly.
Scrabble's answer
Okay.
is.
What is I can't. His name because
Oh yeah, am I seeing?
It's either Jax or Caesar.
how did Jex do with it?
Sorry. How do I?
Jex wasn't even listening to the question.
I heard your question. I just didn't respond because he said, "Who has?"
Okay,
I
so
sit
you
there in
haven't, right.
silence.
Okay, cool.
Do these dotted lines lead
Usually,
a tunnel by any chance to this bit in the middle?
Yes, it is. So you can
Can
move
I-
there if you want to.
I'd like to emerge underneath them at some point.
Okay, cool. We'll deal with that in just a sec. Professor, continue your statement.
so right. Can I? I'm gonna take this as a. Would this be a history check or a survival check?
course it's
Effectively, I'm wanting to do an adventuring check, which is on the lines of. I'm trying to work out. Is this a puzzle we're trying to solve to get what's in the box? To
Okay.
at least get the idea that is what we're trying to do.
Okay, it would be I would say, intelligence or religion.
I'll take intelligence.
And while we're doing that, what is Jex doing a check for?
I'm just seeing if I saw Scrabble down below.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it'll be your passive perception because you're not really looking for Scramble, are you?
I'm just sitting. I'm sitting in the corner looking around. Is all.
That's a saving throw, Professor. You need a check.
Oh, sorry.
You click the
Intelligence
stat, the-
check. Oh,
the
I
text on the
see.
stat.
Oh, I see. Right.
So are
Oh,
you
So
at
it's the same as religion. I see. Understood. Got it. There
Okay,
we go.
so with the 17, you would gather by the structuring of this room that the pedestal is the most important object, and the rest are kind of like supplementary objects just by the architecture. Your sort of process of deduction would gather, but you're not sure how to. I mean, beyond the fact that the statues don't have spears,
Of course.
you think that this pedestal serves some sort of purpose, and it's clearly well defended. And at this point, you notice, well, actually, anyone who has, no one has a passive perception above 25. So basically, no one sees Scramble unless he reveals himself.
I mean, when I emerge, when I get to the middle of the bit, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, hey guys, you guys are loud."
And as Scramble walks on to that that area below, you feel Scramble. You feel the whole ground give beneath you by half a foot, and you hear a lot of metal doors rattling and rattling,
Metal.
and a thump 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 noise coming towards you.
A thump 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 coming towards me,
Yes, exactly.
like a creature style thump.
Exactly, yeah. And you notice 4
Can I
clay
do something
soldiers.
straight? Oh no.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
You can do something. I mean, in that split second if you
I
want
would
to.
like to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, so let's figure out firstly whether you're quick enough to do this in that like 2 seconds. So give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is you trying to do something in a split second. Okay, yeah. With a
Ooh,
20, you
dirty
manage to
20.
cast this on yourself, and the clay golems just sort of stand there, a bit sort of dumbfounded, and then like slowly walk back through the tunnel.
Well, that was eventful.
Oh, what a move! What a move taking invisibility turned out to be. Oh, holy shit! I just like, I'm not even moving at this point. I'll just be like, holy shit! Did
What's
you
that
guys
smell?
see that?
So,
Did anyone fart?
where did so at the moment, am I the only? Okay, so like, do I know that you can go invisible? That's actually a good point. Do I know?
The first time I did it was when you guys went to rescue Orvex, and I hung back to cast invisibility and sneak around.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't think anyone's seen me do it, but like,
Okay, that's fine.
depends. Oh no, did you see me do it? Because you might have. You were Jackson. Caesar went running off to save Orvex, and I think you were sauntering afterwards. So you might have seen me do it.
Well, there isn't any
You-
paste, so something happened.
You notice after a moment that the stomping noise returns, and the clay golems like shuffle past you, Scramble, and charge
Okay.
through the tunnel, and they seem to be heading up the stairs that you came down.
Oh, guys, clay golems.
So I'll say that you guys hear this and see this because you're looking down at Scramble. What would you like to do in the seconds before this happens?
I would like to. I would. Is it? Actually, I probably have the worst initiative, so it won't be me that goes first in this particular round of stuff. So whoever has a faster thinking speed can go first.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's everybody just
Hold an
before-
action to attack anything that comes up the stairs.
Everybody roll initiative for me. Nice. First to react, as usual, is Scramble.
Oh yeah, baby.
As you hear them, like you basically desperately flung yourself out of the way as they stormed past you,
absolutely.
and you notice that they're holding bronze spears.
Oh, they're holding spears. Interesting. How long did I hear the thumping for? Like, did it sound like they came from a long way away or not? But it's
A
basically what I-
short distance. They came very quickly.
quite a short distance. Okay, that's probably fine. Well, while we're not quite in combat time, I want to quickly go over through this side of the tunnel just to see what's here, and then come back and join the fight. Basically,
Cool. All right. You see.
I'd like to go down this tunnel first to see
Okay,
what's
so
anything interesting
5,
about.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh,
You could
I
probably
was
make
pretty
it.
much in the middle, wasn't I?
You could probably make it that far. Actually, if you made it there, you'd see the rest.
Oh,
So basically,
to
you
there
see,
sort of thing.
you see this.
You
That's
see
what
four cells.
Oh, they're just like, okay, cool. Then I'll use my cunning action to dash and run 30 feet back the other way.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So
Okay,
back to where I was, basically. So I basically
Yeah.
run in, clock that it was just holding cells for these things, and run back to where I started.
Sweet. So that is your movement
That's
and
what I
your bonus action, and technically you cast invisibility before that, so you have an action still.
I don't think I can do a lot with my action. Oh, I could like run again, I guess. You can downgrade actions, can't you? Or how does that work? If I
Yeah.
wanted to.
You can dash as an action. You could make another 30 feet if you wanted to.
But I've already dashed as part of my bonus
Yeah, you
action.
can dash more than once.
Right. Okay.
You can dash as an action and as your bonus action.
Sure.
It's
I
one of
don't
the
want to.
actions you can take. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I don't want to move. I don't want to quite catch up with these things. Basically, but I'm gonna like start to. I guess I like go to this corner and peer around it and see that they're still thumping down the corridor. So
Perfect.
since I can't attack, I'll just be there.
So that is Fleeb's turn.
We're on stone flags, right?
Yes, I would say that is a good description.
Can I just try to make the staircase difficult terrain
Through what means?
by casting mold earth?
Yeah, I'd say a 5 foot. You could make 1 square of it difficult terrain, which is basically the whole staircase.
Yes.
Nice.
So I do that.
Okay, sweet. You cast that spell, and I'm gonna just draw a little object here so I remember that.
What does
Let's
that do? Just
say-
make it harder for them.
It makes them harder for them to go past it because I'm currently a bit afraid. Like if they bottleneck, we've got a better chance.
So going through that,
and that is my best way of slowing them down.
going through that space would basically cost them 10 feet instead of the usual 5 feet of movement. Cool. So is that the end of your turn?
That will be the end of my turn. Yes.
Cool. That is Jax's turn. As you hear the
Okay.
thumping of clay
Well,
feet.
I see them go past down below. I'm like sat on the edge.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I'm sat on the edge drinking my coffee. Do I see them walk through the tunnel?
Yes, you definitely would.
Okay. I hop up to my feet. I'm like, oh boy. I'm gonna run. What's my speed? Probably not great. 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this guy just got beaten. How much damage did he take?
Orvex?
Yeah.
Something pretty substantial. It was like, I
19.
think 19?
Did you and I'll do this on him first, and then Paul's got his shield, so he can survive a little bit longer.
What? Yeah.
You what?
I'm going to do Cure Wounds. Just a level 1 on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Did it come out?
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So you see Orvex, the glow, the rosy glow returns to his cheeks, and he says, "Oh, that feels much better. But I don't like the sound of that thumping noise. I'm just going to go into this corner in a sec. But thank you
I mean,
so
I'm
much."
shouting. I hop up to my feet. I go, "That's for the coffee." There's big rock men coming up to get us, and then I'm going to say, "Fleeb, don't get wrecked," and inspire him.
Right. Fleeb, you feel the inspiration of that melody settle over you like a coffee. Awesome. Is that the end of your turn, Jax?
Yeah, I've done all my actions, but I'm planning just to stand in the way.
Okay, cool. So Orvex is going to take a little step here and then go, I don't know, where should I be, guys? Maybe I might go behind this pedestal. The pedestal seems quite strong. All right, he's gonna take half cover behind the pedestal, and he's gonna hold an action, and that action, he takes out a little hand crossbow, like a little sneaky one, and he says, "Okay, let's hope for the best." And that is Caesar's turn.
Caesar's gonna just walk up to the top of the stairs, hold an action with my step ladder prepared to attack anything that tries to come up it.
Nice. Okay. Next up is the Clay Gladiators. So they have what is that much movement? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so they can only make it, that one can only make it, basically he only makes it to the stairs. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, and then this guy is going to go here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, cool. So this gladiator comes up to Caesar, and you can take your held action.
Bop it.
Bop it.
Ooh, I feel like that's a
Wah,
natural
wah.
1. Roll a d20 for me, and we'll see how amusing the natural 1 is.
Whoops. Sorry, completely
that's all right.
wrong. But
That's
also, it's a
You
1
rolled
on a D29.
D29. That's
With
impressive.
No. Because of the hash, it was just a 1.
Oh no, okay, right.
Yeah, right.
with a 10, basically you strike out with your step ladder, but you hold it slightly wrong, and it opens and closes on your finger, and you're like, "Ow, fuck,
Ow!"
that hurt."
I've still got
And
flyer bruises on my finger from
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
and can you attack again? I suppose, can you attack again with your step ladder, or is it onty with your unarmed strike?
Ready action.
Oh, okay, cool. But if you hold one action, but that action contains more than one attack, like
I think
I can
you get
attack
one.
twice anyway.
I think multi-attack specifically says on your turn, like all of the multi.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's move on to Orvex, who has a held bolt, and let's shoot that. And
Same for me.
that is a 14. Does that hit? Oh, sorry. Where's my little sheet? A 14 does not hit, so the crossbow bolt like sinks into this thing's clay flesh and just gets stuck there. And he says, "Okay, all right, maybe something else then. Something else." And then it is the clay gladiator's turn. Okay.
They just had that turn, didn't they?
Yeah. Do they get?
Well, the guy just moved. The Clay Gladiator moved there, right?
Oh,
so
no,
taking
ready
the
action.
attack.
Yeah.
And ready actions.
Right.
Okay, cool. So in that case, the clay gladiator is going to try to hit Caesar with. It's going to hit you with its one-handed spear. Does a 14 hit?
Does.
Okay, so that's 16 piercing damage as this thing goes in like half a foot.
I immediately absorb 15 of that.
You feel a lot better, Caesar, as you feel the wound start to like retract a little bit.
What does that even look like? Does
I think I don't know. Like I was sort of the idea, imagining that like as it was coming forwards, like there was the fluttering of pages as this weird sort of papery material just sort of like all like lines up.
the yellow pages appears in front of me, and instead of
as
stabbing me,
the
it
book
goes through
sort of
the book.
stabs into it, but
And it
doesn't
just, like,
quite get
nicks you
all of
ever
it.
so
Doesn't
slightly.
quite get all of it. It's not exactly the Bible stopping the bullet, but it's definitely sort of like something equivalent, magically similar.
I would love it if the book that appears, like the spectral book that appears in front of Caesar, is titled like My Collected Lectures, Chapter 1.
Volume 2.
So that's what happens with this first one. And then he's going to try and attack you again with the spear as he stabs out with a 9, which I think misses.
Miss it.
And then he's going to try to shield bash you with his shield.
Oh god, 3 attacks.
3
And
attacks. Oof.
that hits, I think, with a 21. So you need
Yes.
to make a 15 strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Don't go me.
Okay, so you make
Brave.
it, but you still take 10 bludgeoning damage from the shield, but you manage to stay on your feet.
Nice.
Cool. So the other 3 can't really do anything because it's a narrow corridor, so that means it is Scrammle's turn.
How far up this corridor do I need to go to be able to get line of sight on these things?
You would need to be here. This one. This square.
Ooh, that's a long way up.
I mean, let's
5.
draw a little
Okay.
line. Let me just
No,
double
that's fine.
check. Hold on. I want to draw a little line here and see.
What's the spacing between these bars?
I think. Hold on. I know that. I think there's quite a big spacing. It's like 2 feet.
Oh. Massive.
So you
Scramble,
can climb down there
Wiggle up through
or
it
climb up.
and just attack
I
both.
might do. Yeah, that's not the worst shout, but I was like planning to just like bip them from behind as you bip them from the front, sort of thing.
Yeah, but if this bottlenecking is going to work, then there's not going to be ones at the back that don't have anything to do but come after you.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm a sneaky boy.
Cool. So I was going to try and measure it, but okay. So
I can
line of
cast
sight.
invisibility once more.
It's snapping too much. Let me get rid of that. No snapping.
You can snap to corners instead.
I suppose you could technically be there. I misjudged it. You could technically be here.
One further back. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you split up your movement? Is that
Yes, you can.
okay? No, I'm gonna do this. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So if I go to there, what you said?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'm gonna shoot the one at the back with my I'll pull out my longbow
hmm
from invis. Hopefully, therefore, gaining advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, you're definitely surprising it. So roll with advantage.
And shoot it with a longbow, and then. Oh, that's a crit, baby!
Natural 20. It's like a long range stab.
It's like a long range stab.
Okay, so
That's
that's
how does crit damage work again?
1d8 plus
You-
4 plus 1d8. It did it for you.
Double all
What
your
did you
dice.
tell me?
So
Okay.
you need to roll.
All of my dice.
Yeah.
No, you
I can
just
roll sneak
yeah.
attack twice as well.
Yeah, you would.
All right.
That's why critting's really good on a rogue.
So 24,
20.
and then you rolled
That's-
2 d8s for this first attack, or is that already crit? Like this 8 plus 1.
I normally roll 1d8, so that is already crit. So that
Okay.
8 plus 1 is
Yeah,
already
yeah.
a crit.
So 24 plus 9 is, fuck, 79, 33?
Yeah.
33.
Wow, that is a big attack. Okay, so 33
that
damage.
First session as well, remember, against the spider.
Oh yeah, insta-killed that thing. Very nice.
Nice. Okay,
One
so
that
you
that
see
wasn't set to sleep.
you
Beautiful.
see this arrow like goes so far into the back of its like thigh that it comes out the other side, and it seems to be like just it looks like part of a kebab, like a shish kebab. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Yes, I'd like to move back my remaining 2 movements and then use my cunning action to hide out of sight.
Well, to be honest, there's not a lot of places you can hide in like a
I
straightforward
mean, even
corridor.
if I'm allowed to duck around the corner, that'd be perfect. But like, admittedly, that's slightly further than my movement should be allowing.
Really? Where did you move from?
I started here.
Yeah.
I went.
Okay,
Hang
5,
on, where's
10,
the
15, 20,
20
25,
feet around.
30.
1, 2? I went like 20 feet. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
So I moved 20 feet that way, and then I moved another 10 feet back. Right at the
Oh,
moment.
I see. Yeah, to be honest, without getting behind that corner, there's nothing to hide behind. You
Okay,
could-
in that case,
If you made a hide check because you don't have line of sight, that would be fine. But as soon as they stepped around the corner, they'd see you anyway.
yeah. Okay, in that case, I will simply use my cunning action as a dash to move back around the corner.
Yeah, that works much better. So now you have cover and theoretical lack of line of sight.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up is Professor Flea.
I shout to
I
you, Fleeb. I'm just like,
I'm also no longer invisible. Yeah, because I'm
just keep
attacking.
yourself safe, dude.
yes. I step forward and I cast Mage Armor onto Caesar.
Okay, cool. So that makes it 13 plus dexterity or something like that. Dexterity bonus.
Which is better than your current, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so that's Mage Armor used.
Nice. You feel the
Take that off.
fluttering pages of various editions of his lectures like surround your body.
And because of I can't remember how my blasted. I gained some of my shield points back, and I got to remember how they work.
You gain them equal to the level of the spell, I think.
It's more than just that. It's the level of the spell, I think, plus my int modifier. It's something more than just I gain more than just one. I'm pretty damn sure. But nonetheless, my action was that, and then I will move back.
What class? What's your subclass?
I'll move back over here. It would be Abjuration. It would be School of Abjuration.
Okay, cool.
You gain twice the level of the spell.
I gain 2.
Nice. So you now have 2 on your ward of protection stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, sweet.
not to be sniffed at. Boom. Especially when you've only got 7 left.
Next up,
Hey, every
is
HP could make a difference.
Jex's turn.
Thank you.
What would
Okay.
Jex like to do?
I'm going to go up. I'm going to try and like nuzzle in. That's not a new word. Jostle in with
Caesar.
So I'm going to go there. Sorry, before I jostle in, and I'm going to cast heat metal. Are they? They're holding real spears, right?
Yes, they appear to be like bronze real spears.
I'm going to cast heat metal on the second one's spear.
Mm-hmm. And just show me the text, and it needs to make a saving throw.
Let's grab spells. Heat metal. Here it is. I want to cast it at. Ooh, let's cast it at level 3.
Constitution save. Okay. Okay, so he makes the save. What happens then?
So he doesn't have to drop it.
But he still takes damage, right?
He still takes, and that actually wasn't enough damage because it was so he took 12 damage in total.
Oh, I see. So it
12
like adds it up like that. Okay, 12 fire damage.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, you see
And-
he gets a
yeah,
little toasty as this thing starts to like heat up his spear, and some of the clay around his fist seems to like go a bit liquidy.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna say to Caesar, "Keep it up, dude. Fight all the rocks with the power of rock," and give him some inspiration.
You feel
Thank you very
inspired.
much.
And then I'm gonna jostle him for space to like stand at the front with my shield
Okay, cool.
and just try and help block the way and be a melee person so that they can't get past to the injured wizards.
Okay, cool. Next up is Orvex. He is going to sort of take a little step here to get a better view, and he's going to try to shoot his crossbow again. And because you're engaged, if he hits, he'll get sneak attack, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so with an 11, he continues to sort of, his hands are shaking a little bit, and he just basically hits the stone wall immediately beside Caesar's ear, and it goes poing and twangs. Sorry about that. I'll get them next time. And that is Caesar's turn.
Are these clay gladiators like set clay or like liquid clay? Are
It
they
appears to be like set, but not like ceramic
like
set.
pottery?
Just like
Yeah.
hardened earth.
Okay.
Like sun-dried, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Sun-dried.
Sun-dried gladiators.
I was only going to ask because the fold-out step ladder is adamantium. Or mantium?
Yeah, I was thinking
So-
about that, but I don't think they quite qualify as objects.
No. If they were ceramic, I'd go. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to smack it with the step ladder anyway.
Go for it. Oh, wow. With the 22, you definitely hit. And I assume you're doing it two-handed?
Yep.
Okay.
Not on anything else.
Yeah, you definitely hit, and you basically create 2 or 4 like stepladder feet imprints in this thing's chest.
Then I'll do it again.
Nice.
Attack.
And again.
No,
This
wait.
unfortunately
Another
misses as you sort of like the stepladder again accidentally opens and goes on either side of him, so it just sort of like leaves a gap for him.
And then I shall, learning from him attacking 3 times in this last turn, spend a key point to take the dodge action.
Oh, is that like
Panic.
patient defense?
Yeah, patient defense.
Okay, sweet. So they have disadvantage to hit you.
Yep.
Sweet. Cool. Next up is the Clay Gladiator, who is going to try to strike Caesar firstly. And he's going to do it at disadvantage. He's not very imaginative, so he's going to thrust his spear again with a 14. Does that hit you?
No.
Okay.
Not
I've got
anymore.
not
15.
anymore. So he's going to try and strike you again, and I think a 22 hits you
It does.
for 11 piercing damage.
Rolled an 8 on the bardic die. No, it's not worth it.
And he's going to try and hit you again with the spear, but this time he rolls a natural 1 and sort of like slips a little bit and starts to be really unbalanced, but then goes back to being a rigid military guy and hopes you don't notice.
Solid as a rock.
And
Didn't
then
notice.
this one is going to walk to see who shot him in the leg. 5,
What? No one.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, hey, dude. Oh, who could that have been? Wasn't me. I'm just looking for the person who shot you, my man.
And he is going to...
They ran away really quickly over there. I point like thumb behind my, point behind my.
And he's going to try to spear you. But I don't think a 10 hits you.
Nah, not me.
Does a 25 hit you?
Just a little bit.
So that's 11 piercing damage.
11 piercing. All right.
And then he's going to try to bash you with his shield. And with a 24, he hits. So you need to make
Yeah,
a
he
DC
does.
15 strength saving throw.
I've made a bit of a mistake, boys. Strength. Oh no, not strength.
Oh, wow,
Oh, it's
natural.
alright.
Hey!
It's
So
alright.
you
Oh
still
wait,
take
I had advantage ticked, but it was the first roll anyway.
you still take
that
12
right?
bludgeoning damage, but you're just
Yeah,
not
I've taken
knocked
that.
prone.
That's still a good thing.
and he stands there looking emotionless because he's a construct. Next up is...
Dude, I told you it wasn't me. We're on the
Scrabble.
same side.
You can say that with the beginning of your turn.
Alright, what do I do in this position? I'm not quite built for 1v1 or single combat.
Get up through the thing.
Just try and like bounce up there.
Well, you can sneak attack that, but not this. That's the
I
funny
sneak
thing.
Oh, I see. Now it is. Now that's true. Okay, sure. That's what I might try and do then. I'm gonna use my cunning action to disengage.
Mm-hmm.
How far does that look? That doesn't really matter. And then try and how tall are these bars?
Just let me find out for you.
So disengage is just an action. It doesn't move you at all, but it means that the rest of your movement this turn doesn't.
Oh, okay. Sure. I have the option to do that.
Yeah. So normally it's an action, but getting it as a bonus action, it's actually good.
Cool. Yes.
I'm just double checking the area so I can tell you how high it is.
Yeah, no worries. As long as it's not.
Oh, it's 20. It's 20 feet deep,
That's quite high.
and the bars are spaced 2 feet apart.
20 feet is quite a long way. Let me just envisage that in my head briefly. It's like
3 times your height, a little bit
2.
more.
it's like 6 meters.
Yeah, you're
or so.
gonna need to use
Yep.
like a rope or a spell or something.
You're going up 2 stories.
Well,
It's a double dunk.
let me
Just
check
jump,
my spell
man.
slots.
Just jump.
You have a bunch of basketball hoops stacked on top of each other. You have to reach the second one up to dunk it.
Fuck me. Thankfully, I have no,
As point of references go, fuck that one.
That one actually, like, I find easier to picture.
All right, I do have another spell slot though, so I'm gonna disengage, run around the corner, out of sight, and cast invisibility on myself again.
Nice. Okay,
That's-
let me just remind myself that you're invisible with a little symbol here.
Out of invisibility spell slots though. After that,
Next up is Professor Fleeb.
Okay. This is going to use a lot of spells, I think. Did you cast invisibility?
I did.
Okay, cool. I won't drop a spider down to you then. I'm going to cast Magic Missile!
If you could keep the spider in your back pocket for when this inevitably
hell?
goes south, though, I'd appreciate that.
That was a real...
It's because Magic Missile always hits. So just tell me what level you're casting it at, and therefore how many darts, and then we'll roll.
So I'll be
the
casting
1d4s.
at level 3, so level 1, so I cast 3 of them.
Okay, yeah, 3 bolts, and where are they going? And that makes it like 1d4 plus 1, or plus your modifier or something?
Let me just...
Always 1d4 plus 1, I think, unless you have...
1d4 plus 1.
Okay, cool. So 3 bolts, where are they going?
They're all going onto the first clay golem.
Okay, cool. So that's this
Well,
one with
well,
Caesar.
well, until that clay golem looks fried, I suppose.
Cool. Roll them up. Okay, so 3, 3, 4. That makes it 10. This golem just sort of like barely registers the attack. But you see some little like divots, like the surface of the moon, start to appear on its chest. Although you wouldn't know that the surface of the... Actually, maybe you would have studied astrology. Yeah, you might know that the surface of the moon looks like
have a
that.
telescope.
Yeah, exactly. Is
I'll
that the end
do.
of your
That's
turn?
all you need.
Is that the end of Professor Fleeb's adventures?
It is the end of Professor Fleeb's adventures.
Okay, that is
For
Jackson's
this
turn.
for this 6-second window.
This chapter.
For now.
Join us next week. Okay, Jackson's turn.
Okay, it's time for Jax's 6-second adventures. I'm going to use the bonus action to cause the clay gladiator to take the damage from heat metal again.
Cool. So is it the same damage, or you roll it again?
I roll it again. Just lost track of where it is. Sorry. There we go. So that was level 3. So it will take. It takes another 10 damage and can make the check again to not be forced to drop its. Well, yeah. So the text says You choose a metal object, blah blah blah. Any creature in contact with it takes damage until the spell ends. You can do bonus action to do it again. If a creature is holding the object and takes damage from it, it must succeed on a con saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Oh, okay,
So
but
it could still choose to drop it, but it would get disadvantage on stuff if it doesn't.
okay. So even if it passes its Constitution saving throw, it still gets disadvantage.
Yeah,
because it's
if
holding
it fails, it's forced to drop it.
Oh, I see.
If it
Okay.
can, but otherwise it
Okay.
can choose whether or not to drop it.
Okay, so I'll make sure that this guy has disadvantage on his attack rolls and saving throws. Is that it?
Yep, attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. So he passes, so he's still holding it because he's a clay golem that has no regard for his own well-being, but
Sweet.
he will have disadvantage on those things. And,
And I will now stab at this guy twice.
okay, go for it.
18.
Yep, that hits.
10 damage.
This is the front guy, right?
Yep.
Okay, you stab through for 10 damage as this little needle dips into the thick clay.
I'm looking for weak points into 17.
Okay, that just hits. Roll
Nice.
damage.
Another 9.
Okay, so you start to see a couple of holes form, but he still looks very hardy.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, next up is Orvex. Orvex is going to go, maybe it's where I'm standing, maybe I should just come over this side. And then he's going to try and shoot again. He shoots. He misses. Nope, no, it wasn't the side, guys. It wasn't the side. Next up is Caesar.
These clay Galahad seem very phased by any of our attacks.
Do
Get
they?
the impression.
Is your question?
Yeah, do they?
They do not seem phased.
But do
I
they?
said-
They seem to be.
That's more of a question to Jex as well. Going, are we doing anything to these things?
Well, the one at the back looks like it's slowly cooking, doesn't it? Like hardening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
its hand is definitely heating up, and there's some little evaporation of moisture.
I think you are just turning it into a pot, very very slowly.
Well,
What's the action here? I think we should probably leave.
no, let's see what happens if we slam this guy a little bit longer.
But I can already see two more of them around the corner. I'm gonna shout back to Fleeb and Orvex, say we might want to prepare to leave.
Oh yes, what a wonderful idea! It's almost like we left the fucking cat with the snakes outside.
I see.
I'm not.
Whose idea was it to run in here after a big amazing wizard banished it for a minute? But oh no!
Just here like, hey Fleep, could you drop a spider?
I'm just like, look, Scrammle's still down there. We're not just gonna leave him with all of these big dudes.
Well, no, I'm gonna hold these guys back while you guys.
Look, we'll hold them
the
back,
door.
and everyone else will try different things. When we get in trouble, look, this is easy right now. This guy's doing nothing to us.
I say as half of my blood has escaped my body.
This guy sucks, dude. Okay, let me hold it.
Caesar steps back and starts walking away. Be
might
my
wanna-
guest. Be
You might
my
want to
guest.
disengage if you're walking away from it.
Oh yeah, disengage and then walk away from it.
Cool, because you haven't used your action for anything else, have you?
But keep throwing shit at it, I say.
Is there any way that I can drop my step ladder down to aid Scramble climbing it back up?
You 100% can.
So I will.
Nice.
So
You see
I held
a stepladder of shiny silver material clatter at your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw, Scramble.
Dex saving throw.
Yeah, because he
Okay.
can't see you. You're invisible, so it might land on your head.
Oh, I also have I have some shit for dex saving throws, but I think it's not relevant in this case.
Nice.
That's
It
You
wasn't
managed.
needed anyway.
You
my-
basically
Oh, see if I'm
sneeze
gonna take
and
damage.
step out of the
Yeah,
way
I
at just the
downgrade
right
the
point.
damage, that's fine. Sneeze! I don't want to sneeze. Don't make any noise.
I'm just messing with you. It's just flavor. But you see this thing clatter to your feet, and it's about 6 feet tall,
funny
I
that.
think.
Well, that reduces my distance to 14 feet.
Nice.
Better than
So-
nothing.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So that's the
I'm
end
not
of
sure
your
I can
turn,
get it
Caesar.
back. Is the issue?
Is that
Oh,
the end of your
no.
turn, Caesar?
Can I prepare an action? No,
Well,
I
you've
can't really do
just
it.
used your action to disengage.
Yeah, I'll take everything then.
Cool. So the clay golem at the front here is going to try to shove past the more diminutive Jack. So we're going to do an opposed athletics check.
Oh, it just gets to do that. Unbelievable.
So yeah, this is just going to be an ad hoc rule addition because I feel like I prefer it that way. Cool. So he manages to move past, but you don't take any damage. And then he is going to try to... what would this clay gladiator do? He's going to try to stab Orvex. So that's going to be
That sounds like we're going to lose a guide.
With a natural 1, he stabs the wall behind Orvex and turns his focus on Caesar because clearly Orvex is some sort of ninja genius.
Clearly.
And that is going to be... Oh, okay, so that's a natural 20. So that means Caesar takes 23 piercing damage.
Oh.
Okay.
And then he is going to attack Jex for 14 piercing damage.
Oh, rude.
Rude. And then this other clay gladiator is going to try to walk up to here. And he's going to attack Jex for 13, but he misses, I think.
Yeah.
And then he's going to try and attack again. With a 9, he misses. Now he's going to take his shield and try to bash you for 20, which I think hits.
Okay.
Now you need to make a 15 strength saving throw.
Ooh.
Okay,
Just
so
did it with -1.
you stay up, but you take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then this clay golem is going to go into this room and try to figure out if he knows where to stab in the dark to try to hit Scramble. So he's going to do a... Oh, that was another Constitution save?
I was saving for my concentration,
Oh,
but I have
nice.
advantage on it because of my feet.
Okay, so you managed to maintain... What are you concentrating on?
Heat metal.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he's going to make a wisdom perception check. No, he has no idea where to look for Scramble, so he's just going to walk out again. 5, 10, 15, 20... He can probably only get to here. Cool, that is the end of that's turn, and now it is Scrammle's turn. You've just seen the clay gladiator sort of walk in, look around, and walk out.
Okay. Let me check the wording on invisibility. Make sure I can manipulate this ladder while I'm leaving it. Spells for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Okay, so I've not done that, so that's okay. Alright, I guess I try and set up this Caesar step ladder and see if it's going to give me enough height to get out of this room and back to the rest of the chaps.
Okay, so you're going to walk up the ladder and then do what? Because the walls are quite smooth.
Right. Okay. So maybe I set. Okay. All right. All right. Here's what.
You could hold your action. I just give you a spider.
I mean, I could do that, but what if I parkoured this shit? I used the step ladder to kick off, right, and then aimed at a corner, tried to do that thing where they kick off one wall onto another. The double.
Come on, Jackie Chan, show us what you do.
Because the walls are pretty smooth, but because of the step ladder, I'll give you the you can actually make the check. Otherwise, I don't think you'd even be able to make it.
That's fair. I'm gonna try.
Make the acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Make sure I'm not rolling with advantage right now.
Ooh, okay. So with a 14, you manage the first 2 or 3 foot placements perfectly, and then you go a little bit too much showboating and go for like a backflip off the last wall, and you just
even though I'm invisible.
Yeah, you just fall horribly and take 8 bludgeoning damage.
That's actually a decent chunk of my health now, and I've taken several hits from Clay Golem.
And although you're invisible, you feel embarrassed at your performance.
It's alright, Scramble, you're invisible, no one can see you. It's alright. It's okay.
Is there anything else you
Just
want to
like
do?
the good old days. Can I bonus action hide? Because I got nothing else to do.
Yes, you can. Make a stealth check.
Not great rolls for your boy. I guess all that noise I made by jumping around.
Yeah,
so come back to bite me.
panting loudly and going, ow, 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 while you're on the ground. Okay, next up is Professor Fleeb.
I think he's there. I take a spider out of my pocket, huff on it, say a magic word, and drop the spider.
Okay, I'll say because of this ladder, you've got a pretty good idea of where to put it. So I'll say it lands by your kneecap, Scrummel.
All right. What have I got to do? Eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would need to do that on your turn.
All right.
Cool. Is that
Okay.
the end?
I keep my eye on it for now.
Okay.
What to do? I suppose I begin to back away. I suppose. If we're doing some sort of controlled retreat, actually, I would need to look at what my area effect is for my absorbing of damage.
Have you
I
still
think
got
that'd be
my inspiration yet, Paul?
I do have that inspiration. Yes.
I'll put the marker on you.
Cool. So you're moving backwards.
Yes, I'm moving backwards, but I'm staying within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still within 30 feet, so I believe I can use my 2 points of armor on someone.
Nice. Okay, cool. Is that the
Nice.
end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Jax's turn.
Okay, I'll use the bonus action again. I'm just gonna roll that damage by hand because it's easier than putting all that text back in. So he takes another 16 fire damage.
Nice.
And
Oh, wait,
I'm
hold
doing
on. I forget which one that is. Is it the one that's now closest to you?
the one with the red mark on it, yeah.
Yeah, so minus 16. Nice. You see it starting to really swelter that hand area.
Sweet.
Is there anything else?
I am going to. Let's see. Everyone's about to go after me, so yeah, I'm going to disengage and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll stand in front of Fleeb so that he doesn't get run over.
Okay, cool. Next up is Orvex, and Orvex looks very panicked. And he's going to say,
Run over
"Okay,
here, dude.
maybe, yeah, I mean, yeah, I should try that. Okay." And he's going to run towards you guys. And because it's allied space, he could theoretically get through you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. But he's going to get an attack of opportunity from Clayman. With a 22, he hits for 10 piercing damage. He looks pretty messed up, but he's still...
I healed him for 10.
Yeah, he's still alive. And he's going to take a crossbow shot with a sort of like spiteful look on his face as he rubs his gaping wound. Hand crossbow. He misses again, and he starts to sweat and say, "Okay, so are we leaving? Is that what's happening?" And that is Caesar's turn.
Things can quite. Caesar starts to back up to about here, but taking a disengage action to do that first.
Okay, cool. So that's your action.
Then I'll move, and then I'll spend a key point to bonus action dodge, whilst trying to protect the people trying to leave.
So you're going to stand...
restricted space here.
Okay, cool. So you're going to stand there, and you've taken patient defense.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. So that means...
Actually, one sec, because I think I have some way to heal, but I forgot what it was. Among wholeness of body, once per long rest as an it's an action. Oh well.
Okay, cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So firstly, this gladiator is going to walk in to try to figure out what that enormous noise was, and he's going to make another perception check. What does he achieve? Oh, with a natural 1, he's like, "Oh, a step ladder," and then he walks out again, very robotically. And then we're going to have this clay gladiator chases down the dwarf and is going to try to attack him with the spear with disadvantage. So that misses. With a 9, he stabs way over the top of your head. Does that mean he gets disadvantage on all his attacks? I think so, because you maintain your defense. So that's an 11. Does that miss you?
Yep.
And then he's going to try and attack you again. Does a 15 hit?
I have 15.
So that does hit, I think.
Use your bardic inspiration.
Do you still have bardic inspiration?
Yeah, does that add
To your AC?
As a D8, yeah.
Roll it and
Yeah.
add it to your AC. And
definitely then? Yeah,
A one, which
Definitely do that. 100% do
Yeah.
that.
hmm
I do not want to get that
Do you want me
damage.
to roll it for you, or are you good?
Oh, well, I just need to roll a
Oh.
1, right?
Yeah.
Just one.
Good point.
let's see what you get.
It's got to be one. At least
You need
one.
to get a one.
Is it at least one? Oof,
Nice,
close,
okay.
close.
Nice. You managed
Made it
to
by 3.
miss convincingly. Okay, so that was his third attack. So then he looks stymied, and this other gladiator is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5. Oh, actually, no, he can only technically get to here because of the difficult terrain. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to stand there. And that is the end of their turns. So that is Scrammle's turn. What would he like to do?
I'd like to eat this spider. I've been dropped.
Okay.
And
You
can
feel somewhat spider-like.
what does the spider let me do? Walk up.
You can basically just
there.
climb walls
Yeah.
as if they were ground.
But if I want to bring the step ladder with me,
Yeah, that's fine.
is that? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, presumably I can see.
Your hands and feet like stick to the wall, so you're just going up with 3 of them holding a step ladder with one.
Oh, cool. Can I like come up this side of the wall because I can see the golems approaching from the other side? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, pop out
No, I
here.
don't, I
sort
don't
of
know if invisibility means there's just a step ladder floating around, or if it goes invisible when you pick it up. But if it goes invisible when you pick it up, then Caesar must just be looking down there and be like, "No!"
Oh my
Let me check what invisibility says.
Yeah, you technically haven't attacked, so you
Anything
should
the
still be
target is
invisible.
wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person.
So
Okay.
his step ladder disappears. Caesar, your step ladder
I'm
disappears.
not sure I'm looking down into the
Well,
pit.
I don't know if I had to be holding it when I cast
right.
it to make it invisible
you
or
mean-
not. I'm not clear about.
I'll say because it's funnier. The stepladder is visible because you didn't have it on you when you cast invisibility, so you just see this
That's
stepladder
probably
like
more accurate.
a
Someone
homing
just
pigeon.
I just look down there, I see him floating up, and like, "Oh shit! These guys can animate objects to fight us."
Like, Jax, it's me, you idiot.
Awesome.
Good
Yeah,
to
I
see you,
know.
though.
Is that the end of Scrammle's turn?
Yeah, I can't really do a lot else. Of that, I presumably, well, it's movement, isn't it? I guess I could attack, but like,
Oh shit! They trapped Scramble in the step ladder.
God damn it! I'm gonna does Caesar need a step ladder to do things, or shall I just like take it with me for now and hand it to you when we have the chance?
Just take the step ladder. Run!
All right, that's what I'll do then. I guess I'll use cunning action or dash or whatever just to like run out. Actually, while I'm invisible,
Protect my step ladder with your life.
Can
Yeah,
I?
Find out whether the thing
That's
is.
what I'm gonna do. Can I leave the step ladder like on the stairs here as I like poke my head around the corner while I'm still invisible?
Yeah, make a
To see
perception
what
check.
the switch is. Perception up there. Some of these rolls.
You don't see any Kamadan, and you also don't see the corpse of the Kamadan. Oh, sorry, you also
was
don't
knocked out.
see. Sorry, you don't see the unconscious Kamadan either.
Okay. All right. I'm happy with that result. I will wait here for the rest of the guys.
Cool. Next up is Fleeb.
Do these gladiators, the two that are beside the pedestal, look like they're gonna try and circle round?
I mean, it's hard to tell the intentions of like
Of
emotionless
that's fair.
but
I
you could
will cast Mold Earth, and I'll move. How do I ping? That's this square.
Hold it down for longer.
Thank you. This square,
Mhm.
and effectively just try to collapse it into the. Just effectively just move it and collapse it into the hole. To effectively just create a 5 foot by 5 foot hole that they'd have to go climb down and climb back up again to get
sweet.
to round the other way
Yeah, sure.
and move.
So,
Big things of doing these
1,
agile
2, 3, 4. What was that?
or if they do just like really athletic jumps across the
Oh,
gap.
well, yeah, they could just jump it, but like, I'm trying here.
No, I think it's just funny to imagine these clay gladiators just doing like an amazing long jump, and we're just like, what?
Dang it! Why didn't I think of that?
is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of my turn. Yes.
You see the stone like sink down and create this like cube. What were you saying, Scramble?
I was gonna say, as Philippe gets to the top of the stairs, I would just like, can't see the dude, you can go, sort of thing. But I guess it's the end of his turn anyway. So-
Yeah, my movement ends effectively where you are. So
I'm ready to relay the information that the things aren't here, so you can make a break for it when people get to the top of the stairs.
Nice. I should say the absence of a cube of stone appears in that area of the ground. So it's just like a cube of stone has been removed. Next up is Jax.
Okay. How are you doing for health, Caesar?
I have 13 left.
Okay. Let's try this. I'm gonna give you a second level cure wounds. You get a big 10 health.
Nice.
Better than nothing. Thanks.
Then I'm gonna do my bonus action to make that guy burn more.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
9 damage.
9
And he has to
damage.
make his save if that's relevant.
Yeah, he needs to make his save, which was Constitution, was it?
I think so.
Against like a 13 or something?
Yeah, 14.
Okay, so he drops it. The bronze spear clatters to the ground.
Sweet. And then I'm going to back up. 1, 2, 3. I'll stand in the doorway here so that. How has Orvex been? He's going to make it outside on his turn if I occupy this square. Whoops, sorry. This one.
I think he
Or is he
can.
good?
I think he can move past you because you're an ally.
Can he move? Does he have enough movement to get past
5,
everyone?
10, 15, 20. Yeah, he does.
Okay, cool. I'll take that space.
Sweet. Next up is Orvex. Orvex is just going to hightail it out of there. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he can use his bonus action to get like outside of here. And he goes,
he's gonna.
okay, guys, I'm out safe. I'm here. Come this way. And next up is Caesar Chameleon.
Is the gate still closed?
Oh yeah, sorry.
we
he needs to
There was a
make-
tunnel though.
Oh, he went through the tunnel. That was it. Yeah.
That tunnel lasts for an hour, and this definitely hasn't been longer than an hour.
Don't you only get to have 2 of those effects at once?
I haven't read the rules as to how many effects of these things I can have at once.
That's
I mean, you
fine.
can anticipate the one on the stairs.
Because
though,
I
presumably.
can, because I don't. Do I concentrate on it?
No, it's not concentration.
It's
far
not
as I can
concentration. I think it just tells you as part of the spell you can have. I was reading it when you.
Would you concentrate?
I think
this
because
changed
it
us for an hour.
instantly
If
moves.
you cast a
so
spell
it's
multiple
permanent.
times, you can have no more than 2 of its instantaneous effect active at the same time, and you can dismiss such effects as an action. So yes, I can only have 2 at the same time. Going.
So I mean, the
Which-
tunnel caves in just before he's about to run into it.
No
So,
more
yes,
than
I
2. No more
So I
than
suppose
2.
the staircase goes, but I don't think.
Depends if you're allowed to choose.
But it
Is
also
there a
says.
separate action?
But
to
if you read the
submit?
first dot point, it says you instantly excavate it and move it along the ground. So the earth has physically
Yeah.
been moved.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit. I suppose they're doing it as like, because it's a cantrip. I could just every 6 seconds move 5 foot of earth. So the ruling at the end is to stop me digging an infinitely large hole.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with
That-
it
that's
still
what that
being there because of
right.
that specific wording. But if something like cheesy comes up in the future, then we can deal with it then.
Okay, like, I am not going to use mold earth to create an infinite hole within a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so that is Caesar Chameleon's turn.
So action disengage. Then I'll move.
Then
Yeah.
fucking sprint.
How much health does Jex have? Do you have more than 23?
Yeah, I got 36.
I'm probably going to. So what's my? I need
Just
to look
go
at my
through everyone
movement now.
else.
40 feet. That's flipping nades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You could get where Fleeb is, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, maybe
I'm
faster.
gonna hightail
There
it
you
with
can dash.
Step of the wind. So I'm gonna dash. Yeah. I can-
Oh, nice,
I've already used my 1 action to disengage, but I'll use a key point to dash.
Okay, sweet. You can get well
Go
out
80.
beside like Orvex.
Go way far.
Nice. Okay. So with that is the end of your turn?
It is, yeah.
Okay, cool. Next up is the Clay Gladiator's turn. So he's going to move 5 here, 10 down there, 15, 20 to come out here. And he seems to like climb effortlessly down and up the smooth surface. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But he can only get there. And then this guy...
That'll do.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That guy can get there. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Excuse me.
25, 30.
Bless you.
Thank you.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so this guy's going to attack Jax with his spear. As he stabs out for 23, that does 10 piercing damage as he gets you in the clavicle.
Wow.
And then he's going to... Oh, wait for it. He's going to attack again with 15, I think misses you maybe?
Yep. It's a big
Okay.
miss.
And then he's going to attack you again with the spear, and he misses again. And he looks not emotionally invested in this situation. Next up is Scramble.
Hang on, I want to check one. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Can I? That's not concentration, right? Yeah, cool. Oh no, if I cast a spell, I come out of invis. That's no good. Right, okay. Don't worry about that. I was trying to think, do I just like
Oh, nice.
chuck in a prestidigitation or something just to distract them? But actually, I would not be invis if I did that, and I kind of want to be invis. Oh, Caesar, did you remember to grab your ladder?
Nope.
All right, I will pick up said ladder and hightail it out of there.
Nice.
I
I'll
guess
say
I
you
got
can't
what
take
to
the
do.
ladder with you through the tunnel. You'll have to like throw it over the stone gates
Oh,
because it's
fine.
quite a narrow tunnel.
I mean, I thought the gates are like 6
You
feet high.
you still have spider climb.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you
yeah.
still have spider climb.
Oh, I'll take the ladder over the wall with me and hand it to Caesar while an invisible ladder, a ladder floats over the wall and lands right next to you, Caesar.
That's exactly
I
what
find it really
happens.
amusing. At the end of last session, I thought this because we did spider climb to get Caesar over it. I thought this was like a huge wall around the compound, and then we
Yeah.
start this session. It's like, here's a 6-foot tall wall. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
same.
I can't remember why I used spider. I think it was just like oh fuck it.
you're just like an opportunity to use a spell that's relevant to the situation.
Yeah.
Boom, go,
Yay.
go.
Yeah, if I have to use cunning action to dash, I do that. But like, yeah, I just leave. I grab the ladder and leave.
Nice. You very much do that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't know what else I want to do right now.
Okay, sweet. Next up is Professor Fleeb.
Hmm. One, two. Yeah. Okay, I can run through the hole and out. I cast Scorching Ray on the golem that's there and then flee.
Okay, sweet. Cast away. Okay, I believe, if I just double check, that fails to penetrate the clay armor, and it just sort of warms the front of it, and Jax feels the radiated heat coming off of it.
Fire doesn't do anything to it. There we go.
No, not necessarily. You just may not
No,
have hit
you
its
rolled an
AC.
attack roll, right?
Oh, is that versus AC?
Yeah, because you rolled or is that damage? No, it's an attack roll.
Is that how that works?
Is Scorching Ray a spell attack? Because if it's a spell attack, then it'll be against AC.
Yeah, you rolled a spell attack because it's like a beam that you've got to hit with.
Oh, legit.
Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, target takes 2d6. So
I
Oh,
think-
how many rays do you do?
you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range.
Yeah, so you
Oh, so
can
you have to
roll
make
two,
3.
two more
Yeah.
times.
You can hurl them at
Oh,
one
shit.
target or several.
Oh, well, I roll. That means I roll 3 attacks then?
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
so-
Make a ranged attack for each ray.
Nice. That one just hits, so roll damage for that.
Wonder what their AC is.
2d6. Oh, fuck. How do I do this?
Press the button. Press the Scorching Ray text
click
under the 17.
Thank you.
Nice. 9 fire damage. Okay, you've got one more, I think.
One
Yeah,
more
I
ray.
do. Oh, fuck. Now,
You can probably program it just to roll it 3 times.
well, that's missed.
Yep, that one misses as it
Pew,
sails
pew,
over
pew.
and it damages that relief that released all the gas. Has now got a scorch mark on it.
I'm gonna leave.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was my turn.
Jax's turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to burn that dude in the corner.
Nice.
Oh wait,
It
sorry,
is-
no, his spear's on the floor now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So it technically wouldn't.
Okay,
happen.
so I won't bother them. I will take the dodge action. Actually, I can get far enough. I'll take disengage and just scramble under the door.
Nice. Okay.
Just barely make it out.
You notice that everybody takes a pause and holds their breath, and you hear in the distance the thump, 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 receding, fainter, thump, 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 thump. And you get the sense that they must have returned deeper into the shrine.
Right.
Just
Okay.
a brief note before as they're walking away, I'm going to keep activating the spear for the remaining 5 activations it has. Just so if he picks it up, he'll burn more.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. There it is.
Okay. With a 15, you hear very faintly a clang, clank, clang. And then that is where we're going to end the session, as he clearly dropped the spear way deep inside the shrine eventually. But that was great.
That's
This is the first time I think you guys have encountered a challenge that was, a little... I mean, aside from the dragon that you kind of didn't really
The
fight.
dragon that we
I would.
didn't
But
fight.
I lost a
Right.
very high value magical item for that combat. I felt there was a perfectly suitable replacement for that combat.
Very pleased that I've still got my ladder. Thanks.
I actually haven't looked up what is the value of gold I lost in that exchange.
What did you give it?
An
I gave him my
short
adamantium
sword.
sword.
Adamantium sword.
Adamantine short sword.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you guys are... Like, the party
That was-
has really matured.
There was a fair exchange in comparison to death. But
Yeah, that would have been pretty funny.
510 gold, Paul.
Nice.
so like
Yeah,
so-
fair enough.
so- someone's life savings.
Well, it's the amount of money that each of us kind of has, but most of it.
Yeah. I'm assuming I have way less than that because that scrambles background.
Oh, dear me. Whew.
I mean, it's
Small
like,
ways to travel
No, that
seems
went
like-
good.
yeah,
Good. So
it's like
yes,
each of our net worths is what it is.
Nice.
God's
less than mine.
the god do teaches us to fight with honor. So I wonder if you stand up to them in the arena, you can do more damage to them or something like that, or whether they're just strong.
There was a moment where I considered that, and I was like, "No, scramble's going in."
Like,
As soon as something's running at him, and then 4 of them turned up, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Is it just the fact that you just have to kill them like in one sitting or something like that? It might be just that you have to just defeat all of them in one sitting. Like it's
dunno.
Or it's just a challenge rating that is way higher than our current level.
Yeah, or we just didn't. We arguably we didn't do that very.
I mean, we can ask
started
next
quite
session.
tactically.
The question really we need to find out is, it didn't look like they minded our hits that much, but were we actually harming them? Is that what it meant when they didn't mind, or were they just not
like
reacting because?
when I do a DM description of your attacks doing no damage or less damage, I make it pretty clear. Like I say, your attack
Okay, yeah.
does less damage than you expected it to. For example,
They just weren't reacting.
they were
because
just
they're
they
ghosts.
just had like lots of health and are very meaty.
They didn't have
Yeah.
facial expression.
there were also golems. They just like I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna go now, guys. But that was a really good
Did you?
session.
Okay.
Sure
Thank
thing.
you.
Much appreciated. I will catch up with you guys soon.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.